Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome inside Gold Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The Blue Hens ACHA Men's Division III team takes on the Stockton Ospreys here in the first half of our Saturday DHN doubleheader. James Witherite joining you from Gold Arena from the 412 Communications broadcast box located atop the small, narrow grandstand lining the far side of the rink. 6 rows of seats. Seats about 400. And always a great atmosphere in this bandbox of a barn. And we're glad to be with you again for Saturday night hockey. Rather, Saturday afternoon hockey here in the First State. Delaware fresh off a 12-3 win over Rowan last night, looking to keep it going. And we'll see Gavin Shorenstein between the pipes. 3-4-1 on the year with a .525 goals against average and an .870 save percentage. Lowen Newman will get the start for the Ospreys, 2-4-0 on the year with a .396 goals against average and a save percentage hovering just under .900. Stockton under the leadership of Corey Robinson coming into this game 11-11-0 on the year. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll head inside the glass to meet the starting lineups and kick off a Saturday doubleheader here on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Hockey fans, good afternoon and welcome
to Gold Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Today, the American Collegiate Hockey Association presents a regular season game between the visiting Stockton University Ospreys, playing in the ACHA Men's Division II classification, and your Men's Division III University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet today's starting lineups. For the Stockton Ospreys, coached by Corey Robinson. Starting in goal, number 1, Lowen Newman. On defense, number 8, Jackson Lehman. And number 29, Jaden Marchiano. At left wing, number 12, John Kensicki. At right wing, number 27, Joseph Talercio. And at center, number 44, Andrew Buda. And now let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 30, Gavin Shornstein. On defense, number 32, Gavin Johns. And number 27, Matt Crowell. At left wing, number 16, Ryan Anatra. At right wing, number 18, Zach Solomon. And starting at center, number 12, Michael DePrisco. Your Blue Hens are coached by Joey Garrett. The on-ice officials for today's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Owen Doan and Brent Kendall, and linespeople Rich Jondo and Adam Wheeler. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located behind the Stockton goal as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Set for Saturday afternoon hockey in the first state. First half of our Valentine's Day doubleheader. Greetings to all of you wherever you may be on this Saturday, February 14th, as Richie Jondo, AHL and East Coast League linesperson, will get this Valentine's Day twin bill started. DePrisco and Kensicki, the 12s, in for the first draw, and here we go. Stockton moving right to left in opening period play, clad in their away powder blue kits. They are absolutely gorgeous. Classic appearance to them. Going with the blues instead of the blacks today. Delaware in their home whites moving left to right, and here they are on the attack with DePrisco. Off the feed from Anatra, sailing a backhander high and wide. One-on-one the other way, led by Kensicki. Now it's a 2-on-2. Kensicki gets a shot away. Schornstein hugs the far post to make the save. Holding the zone was Matthew Railman. The Hens clear the opposite way. Puck chased down by Solomon. Behind the Ospreys goal to cancel out the icing. Gauthier brought it back to center the other direction and dumped the puck into the far corner of the Delaware end, where it's steadied by Henry Long. And now advanced up the left wing boards by Quinn Scribner. That's a 2-on-2. Scribner's shot off the waffle board of Newman. Up into the netting and out of play with 75 seconds behind us. In the opening period, and the face-off coming to the right of Stockton netminder Lowen Newman. Second combination. Staying on for the Blue Hens. Gibbons and Allen, along with Henry Long. Ty Vastola pulling back into his own end. Maintains Delaware's momentum, and it's pressed forward by Long. Advanced off his backhand into a sea of powder blue, where Raymond Obolski plays the carom shot from deep in his own zone, and this is going to come back an icing. So just 98 seconds into the first period. Hens getting another attacking zone draw, and this will come near side. Gibbons in for the face-off across from Cavendish. Of course, with the icing, the Ospreys unable to change. Trailing back to the line, Gibbons held the point. It was pushed back to center. Colin Healy led for the Blue Hens re-entry. Healy confronts Gauthier, trying to work his way out of Stockton territory up the near wall. And Henry Long walks his way into the slot, throws a shot into the pads of Lowen Newman from about 25 feet away. It was turned aside pretty easily. And the Hens hold. Gibbons to Long. That centering pass didn't connect. Long at the base of the Stockton bench. Rings the puck deep in behind the cage. It rolls to the near corner. But Colin Healy found himself outnumbered as he tried to cut the puck back into the slot. Ospreys dump and change. Harnan to Gibbons the other way. Gibbons has to stick handle to get around Roddick. Fresh defenders coming on for Delaware as working in deep was Gibbons. Piecemeal line change up front. James Mangano waiting for line mates Alex Burchard and Kyle Kosh to join. And they'll filter their way in. 2-on-2 for the Ospreys, but a failed outlet pass off the stick of Morrell. Evades the reach of Roddick in the near corner. Loose puck was picked up by Mangano, left behind the net to Crowell. We've just passed the 3-minute mark of the first period of a 0-0 game, and here's Kyle Kosh heading a 2-on-2. Kosh's shot. Too much loft, it goes over the glass and out. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Shot from Aiden Devaney was blocked. Burchard picks up the puck in neutral ice, 2-on-1. Burchard across to Kosh, who shoots and scores. Hens strike on the 2-on-1. Kyle Kosh with his 7th of the year. And it's 1-0 Delaware. 3 minutes and 49 seconds in. Alex Burchard picking up the loose puck and leaving it across to Kosh. whose 7th of the season, gives the Blue Hens the early lead. Delaware goal. His 7th of the season, scored by number 7, Kyle Kosh. Assisted by number 33, Alex Burchard. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 49 seconds in the first period. Kosh's 7th from Burchard at 3:49. Kensicki looking to level the score, leading a 2-on-2 up the right wing boards. His wrist shot was errant. It bounces back to the near point and Talercio. Talercio's shot off the give and go from Kensicki was into the pads of Schornstein. Kensicki from distance, wide of the far post by a good couple feet. Puck rolls behind the cage. It's on the stick of Joey Talercio once again. Taken away from him by Delaware's Thomas Harnan. And here come the Hens back up ice as we begin the 6th minute of play on this Saturday afternoon. Gauthier cross ice feed bounces off Lehman's stick. De Silva steps up to play the body on him, and the Hens recover in neutral ice. This is left by Nick Viola back to Crowell just inside the Delaware line. Advance to McDermott up the right wing boards. Puck bounced off his stick, and Ben Gauthier reels it back in for Stockton just inside his stripe. Around the horn that went to Obolski, and thrown up ice. It was tipped by Railman on the good side of center to negate the icing as we work to 6 minutes completion here at Gold Arena. Oh, that glare in the corner is something wicked. Two on two for the Hens if they hurry. The shot from McDermott caught and held by Lowen Newman for a break in the action with 13:55 to go in opening period action. We've got our first penalty of the game. A rough signaled by Owen Doan. Against Matthew Brock. So Delaware Sports Medicine power play time for the Blue Hens. Head to desportsmed.com to learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 9, Matthew Brock. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 6 seconds in the first period. Brock, 2 for roughing at 6:06. DePrisco walking the line. Net front feed to Gavin Johns, but the one-timer was off. Anatra protects the right point. Wrist shot in from distance. Solomon was posted up net front, but his redirect opportunity was off. Back to Johns it comes. Anatra, top of the zone, double teamed. Johns bobbles the puck, but he has room to recover. Anatra lets a cannon go from center point, blockered away by Newman to the far corner. Johns tries to shovel the puck in close, but a significant tie up behind the cage draws the ire of Owen Doan, and the remainder of that Delaware Sports Medicine power play has been erased as DePrisco has been sent off for roughing. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 48 seconds. Some disgruntled fans making their opinions known. Brent Kendall giving them quite the glare. I manage this game, not you, so as to say. And we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next 43. And the Hens make it 2-0. Thanks to Ty Vastola. Here it is again, Vastola from his own blue line. Walking all the way in and beating Newman. 10 seconds into the 4-on-4. We've now got ourselves a 2-0 hockey game. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 12, Michael DePrisco, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes, 18 seconds in the first period. DePrisco, 2 for roughing at 7:18. Delaware goal. Second of the season, scored by number 5, Ty Vastola. Assisted by number 17, Michael Gibbons, and number 8, Henry Long. Time of the even strength goal, 7 minutes, 28 seconds in the first period. Vastola, his second, from Gibbons and Long at 7:28. It was an even strength goal. Brief back-end power play has begun for the Ospreys, just beyond the 8-minute mark of this first period. And Morrell left the puck to Buda. But their 2-on-2 attack was stymied by the back-checking Henry Long, who gained defensive presence high in the zone for the Hens. Back this comes to center and Brock. 35 left on the Osprey man advantage. Brock's shot. Stick down and covered up by Schornstein for a pause. 11-12 to go in this first period. 30 seconds remaining on the Hens' first PK of the day. Goals from Kosh and Vastola, giving the Blue Hens a 2-0 advantage. False start on the draw, and Ruiz is going to be waved out of the circle. Taking his place was Morrell, flipping the puck in toward the net. It ended up in the corner, far side. And now a two-a-side battle develops higher in the zone, which sees Brock pull away. And the Ospreys will reset deep in their own end. Kosh, Mangano, Crowell, and Healy bring us to the end of the Blue Hens' first penalty kill. Successful kill for the home team. And they've got the comfort of a 2-0 lead over Stockton after beating Rowan's lower team 12-3 here at Gold Arena last night. Crowell to Mangano, slowed up by Ruiz and losing his balance, but he gets the puck in deep. It was chased down by Kosh. Burchard tried to cut through low slot traffic but couldn't generate a close-up shot. This is swatted in by Healy but intercepted and lofted clear. Harnan back inside his own line. Pressured by Ruiz and Morrell. Flips the puck off the far wall. Ruiz playing the body on Delaware's James Mangano, slowing him up. But Mangano kept on ticking and the Hens worked their way into neutral ice. Burchard now found a lane to gain the zone. Healy tried to hold the point, but Richie Jondo said no, he couldn't, and a delayed offside gave Stockton a free pass, but they're guilty of an icing. 9:35 to go in the first period. Delaware with a 2-0 lead over the Stockton Ospreys and an attacking zone draw coming up. To the left of netminder Lowen Newman, who stopped 6 of 8 Delaware chances so far. Viola, McDermott to Silva. The forward combination on for the Blue Hens. That shot from the corner off the stick of Quinn Scribner was directed away amid, again, net front traffic. Stockton doing a better job of clogging up the low slot. But the Hens have taken advantage of a 2-on-1 and then Nearly a breakaway for Ty Vastola. He had plenty of room to angle in on Newman and pot Delaware's second goal of the day. Raymond Obolski takes a body in the near glass. Trying to protect the puck for Stockton is Dickman. It's recovered by Viola. And he'll push this off his backhand as far as center before crossing over at a 2-on-3 attack. Leads to a rush shot from Viola into the glove of Newman, who holds again for a pause with 8:38 remaining in the first. Aiden Cavendish won the draw, but holding the point for Delaware is Johns. This comes back to center. Viola tried to float it across ice off the boards to De Silva, but that pass was intercepted by Railman. And the Ospreys set up in the Delaware end, trying to cut into this 2-0 deficit of theirs as we near 12 minutes completion. Odd man counterattack for the Hens. McDermott lost his balance amid a hard, long wrist shot. It was easily handled by Newman. He's up to 8 saves on the day. Ospreys clear and change. Solomon sweeps in to try to clear the puck from his own end, but Railman protects for Stockton, knocked off his feet in the far corner by Heimberg. Puck is extracted and cleared by Solomon. Looked like it was tipped off a Stockton stick before Colin Costello recovered. Advance to Gauthier. Now to Cavendish, stepping over the line but into traffic, high in the slot, and a poke check from Thomas Harnan. Turn momentum back in Delaware's favor momentarily. Marciano with the takeaway at center. Throws the puck into a sea of white sweaters, and here's DePrisco off the diagonal outlet pass. Slap shot! Directed by Newman over the crossbar, over the glass, and out with 7:09 to go in the first. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road and Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. 6:45 to go in the first period. And Ruiz draws the ire of Owen Doan. After the puck battle broke up, looked like he took a shot at the Delaware player, and the Delaware player, a willful combatant just the same. So it looks like we're going to go 4-on-4 here at 13:20 in the first. Ruiz and Heimberg both headed off. We had a hold one way, a rough the other. And now we've got the particulars confirmed by the off-ice officials. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 11, Aiden Ruiz. 2 minutes for roughing. Delaware penalty assessed to number 15, Luke Heimberg. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalties, 13 minutes, 20 seconds in the first period. Ruiz, 2 for roughing. Heimberg, 2 for holding at 13:20. High shot from Anatra into the corner glass. Marciano recovers for the Ospreys, but he fails to clear. Anatra with the hold. He shovels the puck to Vastola in the near corner. Back it comes to Anatra. Anatra weaving through traffic. Tucks the puck past Newman. And it's a 3-0 hockey game. Some fancy Ryan Anatra stick work gets him his 7th of the year. No let up from the Hens as they get their 3rd. And Vastola's going to get the apple, giving him 2 points on the afternoon. A Delaware goal. 7th of the season, scored by number 16, Ryan Anatra. Assisted by number 5, Ty Vastola. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 29 seconds of the first period. Anatra's 7th from Vastola at 14:29. It was an even strength goal. The 4-on-4 has concluded. Heimberg and Ruiz go back to their respective benches. And we stay even now, 5 aside in the Stockton zone as Charles Allen plays the body on Brock, trying to work his way out. Healy with the takeaway, his shot intercepted, and Raymond Obolski heads the counterattack for the Ospreys. Mini 2-on-1, but the cross slot pass to Railman didn't connect. Long takes it away. Gibbons steps in over the line. He leaves the puck to Charlie Allen, trailing the play up the right wing boards. Allen working in deep, steered behind the net by Dickman. And on the far corner, Allen got some support from Long. Allen lobs the puck in from distance. It's caught and held by Loa Newman for a pause with 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the first. Senior night festivities coming for the ACHA Men's Division I Blue Hens later today. Airtime from Fred Rust Arena for the second half of their weekend set against SUNY Oswego. Scheduled for 4 o'clock, and this will come back in icing. There it is, a look at what's to come later today. Hens and Lakers squaring off again. Game time will be about 4:25. Senior night ceremony will start at 4 o'clock, and we'll have it all for you here on the DHN. Delaware looking to get back on a winning track after dropping a 4-1 decision to SUNY Oswego yesterday. One that saw Captain Braden Palfy for the Lakers log 2 goals and 1 assist in a game that saw SUNY Oswego dominate all 3 zones. Kosh could not center. Puck was intercepted by Costello, but not cleared. Kosh came back up to the right point to maintain the zone. Second time, the Ospreys are able to work back to neutral ice. Johns to Mangano to Crowell. Back across to Johns. He advances the puck up the left wall at Alex Burchard. Walks it in over the line. His shot from the top of the left circle was tipped wide by Newman to the near corner. We've got 2.5 minutes to go in the first period of a 3-0 game. Delaware leading Stockton, and they've outshot the Ospreys as well by a tally of 14-3. Crowell tried to headman the puck through traffic to Mangano, but Ruiz takes it away. Aiden Ruiz gains the center line before throwing the puck in. Schornstein was forced to make a play on it, and the Hens clear back the other direction. Crowell sent the puck up the near wall to Kosh, who tipped it while astride center in behind the Ospreys goal, and that was enough to negate the icing and also enough to give the Hens the opportunity to get some fresh legs on. Final 105 seconds in the first period. Here's De Silva with a full head of steam, pushing the puck into the Stockton zone. He circles to sweep it back on his stick, but he could not set up point man Luke Heimberg to try to generate some more offense. So the Hens will try again off that botched play, and a 3-on-2 is led by Matt McDermott up the left boards. Wrist shot from distance with plenty of mustard on it, sailed well wide. Heimberg steps up against a pair of Osprey defenders to keep the zone and now protect the puck near corner. Walking it in was De Silva with one shot. Coming up with the save was Newman. And we've reached the final minute of the first period. Hens clear. Marchiano bodied the puck. That was enough to negate the icing. Obolski throws it back into Delaware's end. Obolski has to wait after failing to hold the zone. He walks in and he scores. So Raymond Obolski, with his 5th of the season, puts the Ospreys on the board. With 37 and a 5th to go in this first period. Schornstein gives one up. But the Delaware lead stands at 2. Stockton goal, 5th of the season, scored by number 3, Raymond Obolski. Time of the unassisted goal, 19 minutes, 22 seconds in the first period. Obolski's 5th, unassisted, at 19:22. Last chance for the Ospreys to cut into the Delaware lead before the intermission, but a turnover leads to a 3-on-1. The pass from Solomon to Anatra was botched. DePrisco's last-ditch effort no good, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the first period. Through 20 minutes to score, Delaware Blue Hens 3, Stockton Ospreys 1. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Gold Arena. 3-1 through 20 minutes in favor of the Delaware Blue Hens. And toward the end of that first period, we got to see some fancy stick work from Ryan Anatra, potting his 7th goal of the season. Ty Vastola, who had an earlier goal, with the lone assist on that. And in the closing minute of the first period, Raymond Obolski for Stockton, working through the slot and going top shelf on Gavin Schornstein to put his side on the board. And we're about to kick off the second. Adam Wheeler with the opening puck drop. Michael Gibbons and Andrew Buda. In for the face-off, and period number 2 has begun. If you're just joining us on the Delaware Hockey Network, Stockton traveling left to right in those sharp, classic powder blue kits. Here in the second period, Delaware in their home whites. Blue helmets, blue pants, blue numbers in the Alabama font, believe it or not. Moving right to left. Trying to work up the left wing boards and out was Brock, but to no avail as Crowell held the zone for Delaware. Lofted puck bounces off the cap rail back to center, where Johns recovers for the Blue Hens. He shovels the puck lightly ahead to Henry Long, but they couldn't coordinate for the zone entry. Play still migrating into the Osprey zone, but Stockton now emerging back the other way. Joey Talercio gains center, long throw in, turned aside by Schornstein. Scribner double teamed to strip to the puck. Ruiz shot on target, rebound was loose in front, and Schornstein's gonna hold. And it looks like he's down. Looks like he just got his bell rung in traffic. He pops back up. He's all right, it seems. And a look back at that exchange, leading to Gavin Schornstein's 6th stop of the day. Shot from Ruiz. Covered up, and there you see it better. Gavin Schornstein knocked down in the blue paint after making what was save number 6. On 7 total shots faced to this point. Mangano works this back to the point, and Vastola fanning on it from there. Odd man rush coming for Stockton the other way. Morrell was angled out of the house by the back-checking Quinn Scribner. Vastola could not clear. Rodek protected the point. Mangano recovers, but he fails to clear the opposite side as Morrell bats the puck down 5 feet inside the blue line. Mangano recovers. Touch pass from Scribner heading off. Finds Kyle Kosh looking for his 2nd goal of the day, but his shot from the top of the slot was blocked. 2:20 behind us in the second period. And emerging from a two-a-side battle at the near half wall is Stockton's Colin Costello to try to work the puck back up ice for the Ospreys. Play halted with 17:28 to go. Here in the second period, and this is going to be brought back. Looks like a high stick on the puck. Assistant producer Joe Sindoni giving us the lowdown. It was indeed not a high stick on the puck. It was an intentional offside against the Ospreys, something you don't often see at this level of the game. Healy got the puck free to Solomon. Stretch pass to Anatra in a one-on-one. Hard wrist shot ricochets off the back glass. Rather an intentional offside against Delaware that sent them back into their own zone. On the doorstep, DePrisco's backhand was turned aside by Newman. In comes Anatra, running out of space before he could get a shot away, but he protects the puck. He steers it back to the left point, and the waiting Thomas Harnan. 3.5 gone in the second. Delaware leading 3-1 over the Ospreys of Stockton. Harnan to DePrisco. DePrisco pinched to the near boards by Gauthier at center. Cavendish offering further defensive support. And DePrisco with no other option but a dump and chase, and he gives the puck away. Here's Gauthier the other way off a Railman feed. Long shot. Turned aside by Schornstein to the far corner. Hens icing waved off as Matt McDermott on his horse won the race to the puck in the far corner, but it's taken away from him by Aiden Devaney. Devaney couldn't find Dickman on the advancing pass up the left wing boards. Johns out hustles him, but he fails to clear as the goal scorer Raymond Obolski holds the point, dumps the puck in, and now pulls back for defensive support as the Hens work back up ice. Anatra 2-on-2, but he's got to hurry. Anatra gets his second. So it's a 4-1 hockey game. 4:48 into the second. Anatra had the 2-on-2, and he's one of those guys that if he can find a lane, he'll generate a shot. And here he does for his 8th of the season. Oh, Delaware goal! 8th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 16, Ryan Anatra. Assisted by number 21, Matt McDermott. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 48 seconds in the second period. Anatra's 8th, 2nd of the game from McDermott at 4:48. Now we're in the 6th minute. Of this second period. Hens with a little more breathing room. And Vastola couldn't connect with De Silva, posting up just above the Stockton blue line. And this is going to come back an icing as well. .14:04 to go in the second period. All the particulars confirmed on the replay side of the press box as well. Anatra from McDermott on that last Delaware goal. And Ruiz left the puck back to Costello, advanced up the left side to Obolski, looking for a second. Shot was blocked. The high setup from Morrell skipped beyond the reach of Costello, and now he faces forechecking pressure from Allen as he trails deep into his own zone. Here's Ruiz off the feed from Morrell. Back in, play whistle dead as Schornstein covered up. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. Want the 411 on the 412? Head to 412communications.com today. Long pushed the puck from blue line to blue line and then some before Costello recovered for the Ospreys. Costello kept to the corner by Harnan. Leaves the puck to Cavendish at the point, throwing it off the backboards. And it looks like the helmets of Railman and Heimberg got tangled up and they were trying to separate. And that was as civil a gathering as you'll see. So play halted with 12:46 to go here in the second. Ospreys control the attacking zone draw. Brock slams the puck in deep. Is held in by Lehman. Poked away from him by Allen, and the race is on deep into the Stockton zone, where Newman steps out of the crease to play the puck, but he gave it away. Michael Gibbons comes back to the top. A rocket from 60 feet. Gibbons pots his sixth. And the Hens lead now stands 5-1. Gibbons from downtown all day long. With 12:21 to go in the second period. Has just made this a 5-1 hockey game. Delaware goal. His sixth of the season, scored by number 17, Michael Gibbons. And wouldn't you know it, there's another. Alex Burchard connecting this time. Good for his 10th. And this Blue Hens tour de force continues. With a pair of rapid-fire goals to extend a 4-1 lead now to 6-1. Time of the Gibbons goal was 7 minutes 39 seconds in the second period. Recapping by rule, Gibbons, sixth of the season, unassisted at 7:39. Delaware's sixth goal was the 10th of the season, scored by number 33, Alex Burchard. Assisted by number 32, Gavin Johns. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 19 seconds in the second period. Burchard's 10th from Johns at 8:19. Odd man rush forthcoming for the Ospreys, but the pass across to Buda from Marchiano was off its line. Kosh brings the puck back over the line, but he's countered by Marchiano, who drives the puck back into the Delaware end. This is an icing against the Hens. A battle of the non-traditional birds here on this Saturday afternoon as framed by assistant producer Broadway Joe Sindoni. The Ospreys and the Blue Hens. Meeting on this Saturday, and the Ospreys are going to take their timeout, so are we. We'll be back momentarily.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Back inside Gold Arena, 10:41 to go. Here in second period play, after the Ospreys take their timeout, they get an attacking zone face-off. And they've got a new goalie, Mason Gansey, coming in after Lowen Newman. Through 29 minutes and 23 seconds of play. Recorded 13 saves on 19 total shots. Now in goal for Stockton, number 70, Mason Gansey. Langer backhands the puck across neutral ice. Vastola recovers. Back to Scribner. Stretch pass, tipped off the stick of Kosh, and this is going to be called offside by Richie Jondo. .9:35 remaining in the second. Hens with a healthy 6-1 advantage over the Ospreys, who play in the Colonial Conference of ACHA Men's Division II action. Of course, this Delaware Men's Division III team, part of the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference. Who in the heyday of AAU college hockey were one of the perennial forces, including the likes of Farmingdale, Fordham, Fairfield, and some other Northeast powerhouses. Centering pass from Talercio didn't find Buda. High stick on the puck. Will force the face-off back in the Delaware zone with 9:06 to go. 9:01 as we get recalibrated with the official timekeeping device at Gold Arena. We lost a couple seconds along the way. Obolski gets a second. Raymond Obolski going top shelf for his 6th of the year. Same side, too. And it's now a 6-2 hockey game. Obolski bobs and weaves his way through bodies. And that goal at 11:08. Makes this 6-2. And now we've got the particulars on Obolski's 2nd of the day. Stockton goal, 6th of the season, 2nd of the game. Scored by number 3, Raymond Obolski. Assisted by number 5, Brooks Roddick, and number 10, Benjamin Gauthier. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 8 seconds in the 2nd period. Obolski's 6th, 2nd of the game from Roddick and Gauthier at 11:08. So we're 32 minutes in. And the Hens still with ample breathing room lead Stockton 6-2. Cutting toward the cage was Railman. But he found himself outnumbered in deep. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against the Blue Hens. Extra attacker is on right now. Puck is touched. And off to the PK go the Hens again. As De Silva is sent off for a trip. Back to the PK go the Blue Hens. With 7.5 minutes to go here in the 2nd. But they're not lacking for breathing room, leading the Ospreys 6-2. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 10, Connor De Silva. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 28 seconds in the 2nd period. De Silva, 2 for tripping at 12:28. Ospreys voicing their objection over the no call. On the puck battle in the far corner. The Stockton fans echoing same. The play is going to continue on 5-on-4 with 7:02 to go. As the pleas of both sides are all for naught. Burchard in close. Got tied up by Matthew Brock. And this is left back behind the net to Costello. Now Cavendish working the far side. Backhands the puck behind the net. Burchard, that forechecking menace, trying to force a turnover, and he nearly did. Roddick protects for the Ospreys. He throws this off the far boards. and Costello walks it nearly to center. It was taken away from Cavendish by Kyle Kosh. Thrown into the near corner again with 35 seconds to go on this Delaware penalty kill. Lady, take your level 1. There are officiating seminars held on nearly a monthly basis. Learn more at usahockey.com. When a voice pierces through the crowd so noticeably, it's hard to ignore. Puck over the glass and out with 5.5 minutes remaining in the second. And linesperson Adam Wheeler spots the face-off just above the Delaware blue line. Dickman tried to drive his way past Scribner to the puck, but Schornstein bats it to the corner. Allen found Gibbons. But that tandem of Delaware attackers, Gibbons and Long that is, found themselves outnumbered upon gaining the Stockton line. Ospreys clear off the far glass. And Gibbons, with a goal and an assist so far for Delaware, is back to recover. Now 4.5 remaining in the second. Vestola plays the puck off the near boards from across ice. Charlie Allen couldn't reel it in. And the Ospreys' Jackson Lehman clears. Lehman to Langer. Scribner pulls back behind his own net to reset. Advance to Gibbons. Taken away by Telurcio. Shot from the mid-slot, blockered aside neatly by Schornstein for his 10th save of the afternoon. Ruiz looked to go top corner glove side, but to no avail as Schornstein flashes the leather and holds on with 3:55 to go in second period action. It is Delaware Blue Hens leading the Stockton Ospreys 6-2 on this Saturday matinee at Gold Arena. Anatra across to DePrisco for the zone entry. Back it comes to Anatra. Sticked out by Obolski at the far dot. Barely holding the point was Heimberg. Didn't get much on the puck to get it deep. And it's chased down to the near corner in our blind spot with that glare refracting off the glass in the near corner. 200 to go in the second. Anatra couldn't control the puck in the low slot. He was marked by Ruiz. This is floated out up the far boards by the Ospreys' Joey Telurcio. Harnan recovers deep in the Delaware end. Advancing pass to DePrisco sets up a 3-on-2. It was poked away by Obolski. Solomon couldn't maintain the momentum for the Hens. Telurcio and Buda the other way, outnumbered by white sweaters. And Heimberg drove the puck back to center. This is offside. .241 to go in the second. Hens 6, Ospreys 2. McDermott leaves the puck to Johns. Thrown up the near boards, but beyond the reach of Crowell. De Silva sweeps in to gain the zone for the Blue Hens, and he throws the puck behind the net. Costello takes it away. He's sticked at by Johns, but he works his way deep into Delaware territory. Centering pass was intended for Roddick, but pickpocketed by McDermott and driven back across ice. Viola. Angle below the cage. Centering feed net front to De Silva, who kicks home the convert. And it's a 7-2 hockey game with inside 2 minutes to go in the second period. Connor De Silva with the Hens' 7th. It starts with Viola being angled to the corner, and Connor De Silva heading right to the cage. Tapping the puck past Gansey to extend the Delaware lead to 5. Now a minute and 15 to go in the second period. And Viola, working up the left wing boards, regains the Stockton line. Delaware goal, 3rd of the season, scored by number 10, Connor De Silva. Assisted by number 22, Nick Viola, and number 21, Matt McDermott. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 6 seconds in the second period. De Silva's 3rd from Viola and McDermott at 18:06. And here we go. Some extracurricular activity behind the play with 30 seconds to go in the second period. And we'll get the story from downstairs momentarily as both Burchard and Marciano are escorted to the sin bin. Or just Burchard it was. We'll get the particulars here momentarily. Looks like we're going to be even up 4 aside. Just a matter of what gets meted out, and as soon as we get the particulars, we'll pass them on to you. Right now, just 2 minutes on the board against Stockton. On the Delaware side as well. Marciano and Burchard both offer 2 minutes of shame, and we've got the details now. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 29, Jaden Marciano. Delaware penalty assessed to number 33, Alex Burchard. 2 minutes each for high sticking. Time of the penalties, 19 minutes, 29 seconds in the second period. Marciano and Burchard, 2 each for high sticking at 19:29. Final 7 seconds of the second period. We'll tick away, with the Hens taking a 7-2 lead to the dressing room. At the end of 40 minutes, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 7, Stockton University Ospreys 2. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Second period, Delaware tour de force. Making this a 7-2 contest through 40. Hens putting up a 4 spot in the second period. Ryan Anatra with his second of the game, followed by Michael Gibbons and Alex Burchard. An early exit after the sixth Delaware goal for Lowen Newman as Mason Gansey took over in net. And then Connor Da Silva booting home the convert. For the Blue Hens with a minute 54 to go in the second period. Making this game 7-2 at the end of 2. Still a minute 10 on the 4-on-4 to kick off third period play after the Marciano Burchard jousting match with 30 and a tick to go in the second. And the Hens controlling in the Ospreys zone before Gibbons gave the puck away. Obolski, the lone goal scorer for the Ospreys, tries to wrap around. No, says Brent Kendall. As it looks like Schornstein was able to reach over and cover the puck. As it trickled through the crease, we're going to slow this down. There, the wraparound. Puck ends up under Schornstein, and he covers with his left hand for the freeze and the stop. So it stays 7-2. Here, 44 seconds into the third period. And the face-off comes to the left of Gavin Schornstein, who has stopped 12 of 14 Stockton shots to this point. Matthew Corella took over the net-minding duties for Stockton to kick off the third period, as Mason Gansey was retired after allowing 1 goal on 4 shots. Henry Long from distance, well off his line. Here's Gibbons up the middle. Slowed up by Dickman. Taking aim was Charles Allen. Shot was on target but turned aside by Corella. Coming to the end of the 2-minute mark of this third period. Trying to weave through traffic was Obolski in search of the natural hat trick. In the 3 goals in a row sense, but to no avail. Cautious backhand was stonewalled by Corella the other way. Obolski recovers. And he advances the puck to Telurcio, who steps in over the Delaware line. This is recovered by Burchard, but he couldn't backhand it clear. Obolski protecting the right point for the Ospreys. 5 to make up with 17:20 to go. And the Ospreys make it 3, thanks to Andrew Buda and his 9th of the season. Here it comes again. It all starts with Ruiz. Telurcio with the net front feed. Coming 2:55 into the third period. And the Ospreys get one back anyway, as Andrew Buda scores his 9th of the year. Stockton goal, 9th of the season, scored by number 44, Andrew Buda. Assisted by number 27, Joseph Telurcio, and number 11, Aiden Ruiz. Time of the goal, 2 minutes 55 seconds in the third period. Buda's 9th from Telurcio and Ruiz at 2:55. Anatra clears, but this will come back an icing with 16 minutes and 7 seconds to go in regulation. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal best and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Ryan Anatra steps in over the Stockton line. Pressured in the far corner by Lehman. He plays the puck behind the net, but he gives it away. Ospreys unable to clear despite the efforts of Cavendish to do so. Anatra holding the zone. Finds Scribner. Hard wrist shot. Ricochets off the backboards and into the path of Matthew Railman. Railman couldn't clear. Vastola protecting the right point. Here's Anatra with the takeaway, getting the puck in close towards Scribner, but he was surrounded by Ospreys from all angles and couldn't generate a quality chance. 2-on-2 coming the other way. Railman floats the puck beyond De Silva. This ends up in behind the net of the Delaware Blue Hens, where Vastola checked off his feet, was able to connect with Scribner, and the Hens getting some fresh legs on as Michael DePrisco stick handles to the top of the slot, backhand shot. In on net, held on to by Matthew Corella, and that brings play to a halt with 14:49 to go in this 7-3 hockey game. Advantage, Blue Hens over the Ospreys of Stockton. Draw coming to the left of Matthew Corella, who's 3 for 3 in the save department. Brent Kendall at the center of a puck battle, and slow to his feet after others came in. Ruiz is going to go. For what? We'll find out. We didn't see a signal from Owen Doan. But in any case, it will be a Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. Learn more, desportsmed.com. Stockton penalty assessed to number 11, Aiden Ruiz. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 28 seconds in the third period. Ruiz, 2 for holding at 5:28. Scribner could not find Long. Allen protects. Buda, Talercio, Lehman, and Murphy. The penalty killing diamond for the Ospreys. Puck goes up into the rafters and out of play. Off the sticks of Lehman and Charles Allen with 13:46 to go. Face-off coming to the right of Corella. Another puck over the glass and out of play with 13:43 remaining. $1:10 to go on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Odd man rush coming for the Ospreys and Dickman. Dickman tried to drop the puck off to Langer but couldn't connect. Johns back the other direction. Slowed up by an Obolski poke check. He gains the puck and he wrists it hard up the near boards. And all the way back behind the Delaware cage. $13 and change to go. Here in the third period, Anatra off the feed from DePrisco. Leaves us across to Johns, thrown it off the backboards. Corralling the puck for the Ospreys and sending it clear. That was Colin Costello. Just over 7 minutes elapsed. In third period action, Michael DePrisco. Back to Anatra holding the point. DePrisco and Anatra playing keep away. Obolski put the defensive pressure on high in the zone. And DePrisco leaves it back to Anatra. Here's Burchard winding up from the mid-slot. Didn't get much on that puck. Easy pad save by Corella. Keeps it a 7-3 hockey game. Johns off the pads of Corella. And play is halted. A snow-covered Alex Burchard heading back to the bench. Wanting a call, but none to be had. McDermott with the takeaway, but he was swarmed and he gave the puck up. Morrell from just above the blue line. Lofts it, well, as much as one can loft a puck in Gold Arena. The length of the ice, and it comes back in icing with 12 minutes to go here in third period play. Coming up in about 90 minutes' time, the second half of our doubleheader is the Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens host SUNY Oswego in the second half of their weekend set. Join us for senior night festivities beginning right at 4 p.m. Game time will be roughly 4:25 by the time it's all said and done. Amid the delayed offside, some pushing and shoving between Gauthier and McDermott. Again, no signal from Owendone. And at this point, I'd think minor and misconduct. No, just a minor on nope. Matching minors were the case. No, we're all verklempt here at 8:29. It was Gauthier getting a minor for roughing and McDermott getting 4 minutes for roughing. And these were all at 8:29. Now we're at 8:44, so the penalty clock should read 1 minute 45 seconds. 1:45 on the differential. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 10, Benjamin Gauthier. 2 minutes for roughing. Delaware penalty assessed to number 21, Matt McDermott. 4 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 8 minutes, 29 seconds. In the third period. Gauthier 2 for roughing. McDermott 4 for roughing, all at 8:29 of the third period. Are they going to roll it back? Looks like they're going to roll it back to here. So these penalties will officially be at 8:38. Official time of the penalties will be recorded as 8:38 in the third period. Gauthier single minor for roughing, McDermott double minor for roughing. Seemed more or less to be a case of jumping the gun on the restart and miscommunication. But in any case, it will be a power play for the Ospreys now that it's all sorted out. And a shot from Matthew Brock, center point, turned aside by Schornstein. Holding the left point was Costello. Costello could not hold the line. He brings this back to his own. Advance to Roddick up the left wing boards. Brought back to Costello. Worked in close. Off the end wall, controlled by Cavendish in the far corner. He's swarmed by Scribner. Kosh with the takeaway, and Mangano finds another gear, getting past center and chipping the puck in behind the Stockton goal as we hit halfway in the third period of a 7-3 hockey game. This is Kosh. Bobbling the puck, Morrell could not work it back into the Delaware zone. Brent Kendall says no hand pass. 9.5 remaining. Ruiz plays the body on Johns, who gets a shove in edgewise and regains the puck for the Blue Hens. Here comes Nick Viola up the middle. Viola 2-on-1. Found Henry Long, and the Hens have 8. Long finishes what Viola begins. And with 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go, the Delaware lead is back to 5. Delaware goal! 6 of the season scored by number 8, Henry Long. Assisted by number 22, Nick Viola. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 53 seconds in the third period. Long 6th from Viola at 10:53. Even strength goal by 15 seconds. Now 8 minutes remaining. Burchard tried to go top shelf for number 9. Mangano leaves this back to Vastola. Here's Aiden Dickman back the other direction. His shot pressured by Vastola. Whistled wide. The follow-up came from Devaney. And Schornstein held with 7:35 to go. Be sure to follow us on social media. Facebook, X, and Instagram, all at 412comms. Mangano's got a 2-on-1 with Allen. Allen shot. Blocked down by Carella and covered. And some more post-whistle jawing commencing right in front of Carella's office. $7:24 to go. The 27 banner you see behind the Stockton goal in memory of former St. Mark's High School goalie Billy Pierce, who tragically died in a motorcycle accident 6 years ago. And with the Spartans playing a fair number of their Inter-County Scholastic Hockey League home games here at Gold Arena as well, it's fitting for the number of the late Spartan netminder to hang here in this barn. 6:51 to go, and the Ospreys score. It was Colin Morrell with his 7th from Roddick. And Costello's going to get credit for the second helper. Stockton goal, 7th of the season, scored by number 24, Colin Morrell. Assisted by number 5, Brooks Roddick, and number 20, Colin Costello. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 9 seconds in the third period. Morrell's 7th from Roddick and Costello at 13:09. Here's Gauthier, and a 1-on-2 stood up at the top of the near circle by Crowell. Puck tied up in the near corner and cleared by Solomon for the Hens. Across to Anatra. Big guns on for Delaware. Delayed penalty signaled by Brent Kendall. A high stick on Gauthier with 5:36 to go. So it's off to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play once again for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 10, Benjamin Gauthier. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 24 seconds in the third period. Gauthier, 2 for high sticking at 14:24. Anatra gives the puck to Vastola, thrown into the pads of Corella, held in by Anatra off the failed clear. Burchard, double team to the far corner, gave the puck away to Brock, and this will be chipped by Railman beyond Anatra's reach and all the way into the Delaware zone with inside 5 minutes to play. Michael DePrisco up the left wing boards. Comes barreling in, jamming the puck home, was caught, or was Vastola. To strike on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Ty Vastola pots his 2nd of the afternoon. And it's now a 9-4 hockey game. DePrisco on the re-entry took the shot for himself. The finishing touches from Ty Vastola, good for his 2nd of the afternoon and 3rd of the year. Have extended the Hens' lead to 9-4. Oh, Delaware Cole! His 3rd of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 5, Ty Vastola. Assisted by number 12, Michael DePrisco, and number 33, Alex Burchard. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 27 seconds of the third period. Vastola's 3rd, 2nd of the game. From DePrisco and Burchard at 15:27, a power play goal. So Vastola from DePrisco and Burchard. Making this a 9-4 game. And Murphy, after being ruled off for a trip, was shown the gate. getting a misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct on top of the minor. So right back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play go the Blue Hens. As Kevin Murphy takes the walk of shame back to the dressing room. The Stockton penalty was assessed to number 22, Kevin Murphy. 2 minutes for tripping, plus a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 55 seconds in the third period. Murphy, 2 for tripping, plus a 10-minute misconduct at 15:55. And another one's gonna go. Ruiz is done. And so is Long. At 16-12, and there's sure to be more to the story here. So the Ospreys' initial penalty, Murphy 2 for tripping plus a 10-minute misconduct. And here just a case of tempers flaring with Delaware having put this game out of reach. Messrs. Kendall and Doan getting everything sorted out. And once we get all the particulars from downstairs, as usual, we'll let you know up here as well. Gavin Schornstein getting his groove on. And it looks like yet another one's going to go in the form of Colin Costello. So we've got a major on the board. On the Stockton side. Oh my, we're going to have a lot of fresh ink on the score sheet here as we restart 5-on-3. Again, we'll get you the particulars once made available from downstairs. Stockton penalties assessed to number 11, Aiden Ruiz. 2 minutes for high sticking plus a 10-minute misconduct. Number 20, Colin Costello. 5 minutes for spearing plus a game disqualification. Delaware penalty assessed to number 8, Henry Long. 2 minutes for high sticking plus a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 16 minutes, 12 seconds in the third period. Ruiz and Long both get 2 minutes for high sticking plus a 10-minute misconduct. Costello gets 5 minutes for spearing and a game disqualification. Time of the penalties, 16-12. And now Marchiano is being ushered to the exit as well. And Richie Jondo's got to pull Schornstein out of the gate. Oh my goodness. So we'll, with all likelihood, have a stacked penalty situation as Langer heads to the box. We couldn't get a nice, easy last 2 minutes of this game. And now Schornstein is done for the day as well. Now in goal for Delaware, number 1, Marco Nagy. So presumably off settings, whatever they were. And we'll get the word of the happenings at 17:17, officially speaking, here in just a few seconds, as the off-ice officials sent everything from downstairs. Crowell's shot was on target. The follow-up from Solomon was turned aside by Carella. Back to Crowell this comes. Stockton penalty assessed to number 29, Jaden Marchiano, a 10-minute misconduct. Delaware penalty, number 30, Gavin Schornstein, also a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 17:17 of the third period. Misconducts for both Marchiano and Schornstein at 17:17. Major power play for Delaware the rest of the way. This power play brought to you by Delaware Sports Medicine. As they try to go double digits on the Ospreys after beating Rowan 12-3 on Friday night. So a pair of commanding wins for these Blue Hens against opponents from the Garden State in a span of just under 24 hours. Final minute is upon us. Michael DePrisco looking for the 10th. Could not get past Matthew Carella. 49 2/5 seconds to go. Face-off coming to Carella's right. And we'll do it all again at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. For the second half of our doubleheader. Delaware's Men's Division I Blue Hens looking to battle back for a split against SUNY Oswego. Senior night festivities beginning at 4 p.m. Game time roughly 4:25 here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rosen. Our assistant producer and videographer is Broadway Joe Sindoni. Trey Wright is our other assistant producer. Eli Swope is our production assistant. Jordan Hirsch, Mark McClure, Lena Murto, Sydney Butler, Evie Hill, a host of others behind the scenes making the Delaware Hockey Network happen. And we thank them all for everything they do behind the scenes and for just being terrific human beings. Final half minute. McDermott, quick shot, sticked offline by Lehman. Holding is Vastola. De Silva leaves this to the flat, and the shot from Colin Healy was rushed and wide. Vastola again from just inside the line, left side. Cycles to De Silva, back it came. Vastola got one on net, but it was sticked away by Carella. Lehman pressured in the far corner, steers the puck up the wall. It's pushed over the line by Brock, and that, friends, will do it from Fred Rust Arena, or from Gold Arena, for the first half of our doubleheader. The final score: Delaware Blue Hens 9, Stockton University Ospreys 4. Final shots on goal: Stockton 18, Delaware 39. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Today's number 3 star with a goal and 2 assists for Delaware, number 33, Alex Burchard. The number 2 star with 2 goals for the Blue Hens, number 16, Ryan Anatra. And the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals and an assist for the Delaware Blue Hens, number 5, Ty Vastola. We'll do it again here in round about an hour's time on the Delaware Hockey Network with the Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens taking on SUNY Oswego. Game time 4:25. Senior night festivities kicking off at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. For Broadway Joe and the whole crew, James Witherite saying thanks for your company this afternoon. We'll see you again in an hour for the second half of our Valentine's Day double here on the Delaware Hockey Network, a copyrighted production of 412 Communications LLC and brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. Good night.